Hi dear children, welcome to the EVS online class. Hope you all are safe and happy at home. Have you all gone through previous day's topic? We started a new lesson, reproduction in plants. Hope you all have read the textbook. Shall I ask you some questions? What is reproduction? Yes, the process of producing young ones or offsprings is called as reproduction. And we studied about different ways of reproduction in plants. Which are the different ways of reproduction in plants? Reproduction from stem, reproduction from leaves, reproduction from roots and reproduction from seeds. We discussed different examples for each method of reproduction. And we studied that most of the plants reproduces from the seeds. So today, let's discuss about the structure of a seed. Take some bean seed or chana seed. You can see it is dry, hard and cannot be broken easily. But if you are soaking the seed in water overnight, you can see it will become soft and swells up. This is because the seeds absorb water and swells. So let's see the structure of a seed.
This is a bean seed. A seed has a thick outer covering called the seed coat. The seed coat protects the seed. So the seed coat is the thick protective outer covering of the seed. On one side of the seed is a scar. Scar means a permanent mark. This is the part where the seed was attached to the fruit. Near the scar is a small hole. Through this hole, water enters the seed and makes the seed swell up. You can remove the seed coat. And below the seed coat, there are two seed leaves called cotyledons. These are the cotyledons. Some seeds have two cotyledons. But some seeds have only one cotyledon. For example, corn, rice, etc. have only one cotyledon. Between the cotyledon is the baby plant called the embryo. You can see the baby plant here. The embryo contains a baby shoot and a baby root. The cotyledons protects the baby plant and also stores food for the baby plant.
So what is the function of cotyledon? It protects the baby plant and also stores food for the baby plant.
The growth of a baby plant from a seed is called germination and the baby plant is known as seedling.
Now let's draw the structure of seed. You have to draw it neatly in your notebook.
Structure of a seed. You have to draw this neatly in the notebook using a pencil. A seed has a thick outer layer called the seed coat. Seed coat protects the seed. So this is the thick protective outer covering of the seed. It is seed coat. Below the seed coat, there are two seed leaves. It is also called as cotyledons. Then between the cotyledon, there is a baby plant. The baby plant has baby shoot and baby root. Baby plant is also called as embryo.
Now let's discuss about dispersal of seeds. What do you mean by dispersal of seeds? We know that most of the plants reproduces from the seeds. New plants grow when the seeds fall on the ground and when they get enough air, water, sunlight and minerals. As plants produce more number of seeds, if they are falling on the same place, they cannot grow into healthy plants because they will not get enough air, water, sunlight, minerals and space. So they have to be scattered far and wide. This process of scattering of seeds far away from the parent plant is known as dispersal of seeds. Seeds are scattered with the help of wind, water, animals and also explosion of fruits. So wind, water and animals are called as agents of dispersal. So what is dispersal of seed? The scattering of seed away from the parent plant is known as dispersal of seed. There are different ways of dispersal. Dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animals and also dispersal by explosion of fruits. First, let's discuss about dispersal by wind. The seeds that are dispersed by wind are cotton, dandelion, maple and drumstick. These seeds are small and light. Dandelion and cotton have long and fine hairs, which helps the wind to carry the seeds away. Then maple and drumstick have wings attached on them, which helps them to float in air. The next one is dispersal by water. Seeds of plants that are growing in or near water can be dispersed by water. For example, water lily, lotus and coconut. The coconut fruit has air trapped in between its husk. This makes them light and easy to float in water. Then another method is dispersal by animals. We like to eat fruits like mango, papaya, jackfruit, etc. After eating the fruits, we throw away the seeds. This is one way of helping the plants for seed dispersal. Then birds and animals eat the fruits along with their seeds. These seeds are small and hard and come out of their body as waste and grow into new plants. In some seeds, they have hooks, spines and small hairs. This helps them to cling on the clothes or bodies of animals and are carried long distances. In some fruits also, they have hook-like structures that help to cling on the bodies of animals. So that's about dispersal by animals. Then the last method is dispersal by explosion of fruits. The seeds of pea, geranium, balsam, touch-me-not, etc. burst open when they become dry and the seeds are scattered away from the mother plant. So these are the different ways of seed dispersal. Dispersal by wind, dispersal by water, dispersal by animals and dispersal by explosion of fruits.
Open your textbook, page number 44. You can see 3 questions there. Answers are in the textbook itself. So read the textbook, find the answers and mark the answers in the textbook itself.
So today we have discussed about the structure of seed and dispersal of seed. Hope you all have understood the topic. Just after watching this video, take your textbook, read page number 43 and 44 from notebook. Study question number 4, 5, 6 from fill in the blanks, 5 and 6 from name the following, 2 and 3 from answer the following. A test paper is attached along with this. Do the test and submit it. So let's meet in the next class. Thank you.